eat alright beneath the light of a China star.
Y Trevor recibe la pelota, anda por el centro, sigue, ¡gol!
Ronald Weasley. It's Leviosa.
Ah, Leviosa.
If your coloring is in the autumn range like Maria, I would suggest you try the earth tone eye makeup. Now, as you can see, I've done a lovely French braid on Maria, but I encourage everyone to experiment and use your imagination. The main thing is, just have fun with it.
$79 home theater. If you don't buy for Crazy Keegan, you have a problem with your head. Hurry before I change my mind.
Burgers, fuck your life. I got chicken, fuck your life.
Fried chicken and French fries.
Hustle up biscotti. Manicotti.
Who is it?
Shiitake.
Huh?
Kawasaki.
Hey, look, the hot dog highway. Beep beep.
I'd rather eat brandy. I'd rather eat brandy.
Hey, let's blow a bubble. Let's make a balloon for our party. I mean, my party.
I'd rather eat brandy. I'd rather eat brandy. I'd rather eat brandy. La la, Shirley Skaldar. La la, Shirley Skaldar.
We're watching you, dead boy. We don't like your kind. You're stinking up the whole school.
Chuck?
Wanna know how I got these scars? Well, I'm the Joker, baby.
Personally, I do feel sympathy for animals, which is why I choose to only eat baby animals. They have not lived as long, and they are not leaving as much behind.
Premarital sex is a sin. Have fun running in hell, Beth.
The egg-shaped penis like Epstein. You gotta tell your wife stop texting. Why you on Instagram flexing? You get all your swag from Etsy. Day that you die, say Betsky. I'm in Mason Margello and Balenciaga. You in the gamer chair eating Cheetos.
Hustle up biscotti, manicotti, shiitake,
Huh?
Kawasaki.
Laugh or cry, it's an experience!
When you order a 6-piece nuggets and they give you 7 and a switchblade.
Well, I thought the film would be full of great grandmas, but it's really full of great grandmas.
That's what it says on the box.
With this unique BBC language course, children learn a second language with incredible ease. 4 delightful videos quickly become their favorite TV show.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. And fuck you, I'm out.
Boy, Kitty, you sure scared the shit out of me.
Feelings, nothing more than feelings.
I want to know where the young man in the red hat is from.
California, baby, Northern Cali.
Well, you in Chicago, this the real world, baby. Wannabes get smoked!
Oh my God, it's the first episode of my new show right here, right now, called Midnight Channels. Now, I don't know how often I'm going to do this. I didn't upload any videos this week, and I thought, hey, what the hell? Why don't I do this show I've been planning and just finally do it, commit to the bit, release it, launch it. I got stuff to talk about. Hopefully it doesn't suck. We're going to see how long this goes. I'm also doing it through a very weird setup. It's not something normal or easy. So if the sound sucks, let me know. I'm surprised if anyone's here, which is cool if you are. I'm hoping more people catch this on the replay. I know this is kind of a weird time, but I mean, it's the name, Midnight Channels. I know most of the people that I know, I think, are on the East Coast. But anyways, we got a lot to talk about tonight. Galactus may be real. We've got the Munsters movie that's coming, that has everyone's minds ablaze and being torn apart by its mere existence. Who figured? And then animals potentially revolting against their masters. It's insane what's going on in the world. Could it be linked to climate change? And I also have sent in by a friend of the show actual footage of a real live ghost. That's right. And I'm going to be showing it at the end once we've talked to everybody. I don't know if anyone's seen this yet. I don't think it's made the rounds that you'd think it would, as important as this type of thing is. But let's go ahead and let's jump into the show. So thank you guys for tuning in to Midnight Channels. Good to see you. Jim Tuner in the chat. I feel like I haven't seen you in a while. I feel like I remember you used to come around Kinonomicon. Good to see you, my guy. Galactus is real. The Georgia Guidestones proved it. You know, they caught the guy that did it. I heard some people say that they didn't, but I believe it was some real, just wild anti-government guy from what I've heard anyway. Maybe I don't know. You know, I'm not the best source of facts, which is crazy because here I am doing a news show. But let's jump into it. We've got the story of Galactus. This is going to open up a lot of questions. It's going to blow some minds. This is an older story. If you haven't heard it and you haven't connected the dots, and I am very, very surprised. According to some recent news, it's found that Jupiter has been eating other planets. Oh, I already played the spooky sound. We're getting 2 doses of that and a little bit of that right there. So, from what they've found other parts of planets, planet juniors. I call them planet juniors. They call them planetesimals, found in Jupiter. That they believe that the chemical makeup of the planet's core is showing that it has likely swallowed up other planets and space rocks. Now, here's the question I want to know. Could Galactus's creators have known this? Is this knowledge tucked away deep in the Akashic Library? If you don't know what that is, it's a library of knowledge that exists on the astral plane that some people can access. It's believed by some that H.P. Lovecraft had access to this, and that's where all the mythos came about. I think it's been rumored that Edgar Cayce, famous premonitionist, psychic, that's a word, had access to this library as well. But could it have been that people at Marvel had access to the Akashic Library? It's long been rumored that Jack Kirby was able to tap into some kind of celestial frequencies and able to jot these things down as notes. I mean, that's what some people believe. I don't subscribe to that theory, but I do find it very, very interesting. And what could that mean for us? If we were closer to Jupiter, would it devour us too? There's no way for us to know, at least not yet, not until we can get us closer to Jupiter. At some point, it's possible, right? There's that theory, if we all got on the same side of the Earth and jumped at the same time, the force would knock us out of orbit and possibly thrust us into Jupiter's wake. That's what I'm excited for anyway. There's a lot going on, a lot on the horizon. Huh. But yeah. So that's that. Jupiter eats planets. Don't worry, this is the first episode. It's got to get better from here, right? Another fun thing to talk about. The Munsters is coming, and none of us can stop it. I don't know if any of you out there have seen the preview. It looks bad. I thought it looked like an insurance commercial because I don't know who it's for. Rob Zombie, if you don't know, is a huge fan of the Munsters. Dragula is a Munsters reference. The infamous Dragula, which feels like it was in everything for a good 10, 15 years, is about the Munsters. From one of the things I heard is that he'd been wanting to make this movie for 20 years since he first did House of a Thousand Corpses, and he finally got to do it, and that's kind of what he gave us. It's a little weird. I heard some things about him fighting with the budget because this comes from Universal 1440. Universal 1440 is known for doing a lot of the direct-to-video stuff, a lot of the direct-to-video sequels. And this, unsurprisingly, is coming to Netflix. I don't know if they knew that ahead of time. I don't think so. I think they're stoked that somebody picked this up. I hate the fact that I'm probably going to watch it. I have a weird fascination with Rob Zombie and his career. I think most of his movies are hot garbage, actually. I think they're pretty bad. I really liked House of a Thousand Corpses. I don't know what he was doing after that. I mean, you can make the argument that Devil's Rejects is pretty good. I'll give it to you. I think it's a solid one. 3 from Hell, bad. 31, embarrassing. He should go back and Alan Smithy 31. But you do get a great performance from Richard Brake. Maybe it's not all bad. But this is completely bizarre to me. I don't... Yeah, the Munsters meet Abbott and Costello. They should just go ham. If they did do a whole series, I kind of hope they follow in those footsteps of just giving us weird mashups. I don't trust Rob Zombie to do anything anymore, and I think after this, I mean, this could be the greatest movie ever, right? I haven't seen it. I hate judging things before I've seen them, but this could be the greatest movie ever, and nobody's gonna know until the thing actually comes out. But I'm not holding my breath. His track record has been absolutely rough, rugged, and that's even being kind. The preview's bad. If you guys haven't seen it, I mean, I guess we could watch like a clip here. I don't know if you could hear it. So the black and white, if you haven't watched the show, I think it's Hats Off Entertainment with Joe Ramone. Did a pretty good breakdown of this. Kind of talks about the things that are great. I agreed with him for pretty much the whole thing. I thought he was very insightful. He makes note that the black and white sequences look good, which, yes, absolutely. The black and white here looks fantastic. Oh, they don't. Oh, they do. The Technicolor or the Technicolor attempt is really rough. This looks better than what they've shown in the actual preview. The actual preview, it looks fake. I don't know how else to describe it. All the greens are very green. It's almost too cartoony. It looks like a music video. It looks like a music video, or like I said earlier, some kind of insurance commercial. It's looking rough. Jim Tuner in the chat says, I still want Netflix to do Scooby-Doo in a Lovecraft universe. I want to say that something has explored that, but I guess I'm thinking of Archie, right? I think Archie in the comics has done some of the Lovecraft stuff. I wonder if they're going to do that in the show Riverdale, which I think is still going. Oh, so I don't know who's excited for the Munsters. I feel like it's a very niche crowd. It's those people who own old cars and still dress up like rockabilly heroes and play those really heavy guitars. What are those things? Rickenbackers, and they're still listening to the Brian Setzer Orchestra and the Cherry Poppin' Daddies. I don't know who else in their right mind is excited. I'm not one of them. That's for damn sure.
Well, now what?
The plot also seemed weird. So it seems like a prequel. You're missing out on the two kids. They did say Butch Patrick's gonna play some tin can robot guy, which I guess is a reference to the original show. One thing Joe Ramone said, which, again, I'm not that familiar with the Munsters. I've definitely seen it, but not a ton. He mentioned that it looked like they're trying to cram too much of the show into it, and that never goes well. For Rob Zombie's sake, I hope this goes well. I think the dude's got a lot of talent. I think he knows what he likes. There's a lot of these people out there that have a great understanding of horror, but for some reason aren't able to pull it off, and it always blows me away. Rob Zombie's definitely one of them. For a lot of the faults of a lot of his things, I do appreciate that they're sort of homages to things that he likes. I think that's neat. It sort of makes it a little bit more personal. I say this a lot about M. Night Shyamalan, Eli Roth, both people who I think are pretty bad at what they do, but I think should be more of a producer, maybe a co-writer or something, but them heading up films, I don't think ever really works out. For the most part, they all have some things they're good at. But yeah, so we've got that to look forward to, and it's also launching alongside of the new Wednesday, which I believe is live action. I'm not excited or upset by it. I don't think it'll be it looks to be in the same vein as everything else we've gotten from the Addams family. I saw some people upset at the casting of Luis Guzman, which I think is kind of weird. I mean, Gomez is a Hispanic last name. He's a Hispanic dude. Whatever. That's fine. I think I just like him so much as an actor too. It's whatever. I think he's great. He always delivers, So we've got two wonderful spooky things coming in September. So definitely let me know your thoughts on the Munsters. Let me know if I'm off base with the Munsters, too. I'd like to get excited. I was a little excited at first. I was happy for Rob Zombie to finally get to do this dream project. But, man, this looks like it could be a nightmare. And it seems like a lot of the stuff he's doing is just downhill. 31 was crowdfunded, if you didn't know. And then 3 from Hell had a very, very small engagements. I think that was done through the whatever that service is that does those small showings at movie theaters. It's late for me here too, so my brain's kind of peeing itself. Jim Tuner saying nothing about the Munsters was ever subtle. It's all on the nose and over the top. I'm just hoping the style, man. That weird Technicolor bleed just looks off to me. It makes everything look so much more fake. But I guess the Munsters did look fake too. Who knows? I'm gonna give it a chance, right? You gotta. I don't like pointless hating. I try not to do that. So far, I think the show's going really smooth. Thank you so much. So let's get to our next topic here. Nature. You ever see that movie with Leslie Nielsen where nature begins to attack man because it's been getting so hot? All the animals are going out of control. I was seeing stories in England recently talking about the runway for the airport is too hot and melting. People are going to some cavern to stay cool. A lot of weird stuff. I don't know how hot it is over there, but I've been seeing stories like that of just things melting. That this global warming has just been such a toll. But could it be that it's causing the animals to get bonkers? I bring this up because in Japan, a monkey has gone wild and committed several attacks, and they've been trying to find it. And everyone's scared. I don't know if you've ever seen some of these monkey attacks, not like the bad ones that Joe Rogan brings up, but I've seen footage of a monkey trying to kidnap a child off of a bicycle, and it'll just run up and try to snatch a child, and you got to wonder what's going on in this monkey's head. And this monkey in particular, this could be a sign of things to come. Planet heats up, gives him a little bit of the old brain boil, and it just goes nuts. It starts trying to kidnap our children, radicalizing our children. Now, this isn't going to turn into some Joe Rogan segment where I talk about weird monkey facts, but watching wild monkeys, and I don't mean wild monkeys, but monkeys that are just out there. There's some places that coexist with monkeys. But when you watch some of these videos where monkeys kind of snap, it makes you wonder. Rogan had one time brought up this article he had read about monkeys founding a religion where they would all throw some kind of stones at a tree. It symbolized something to them or something, but it was almost ritualistic. That's terrifying. And what if those ritualistic monkeys went on the attack? All it takes is for them to unionize and we're done. Our children yanked off their bicycles and put into monkey schooling, and there's nothing we can do. So it's one monkey now, but tomorrow who knows how many monkeys there could be. I guess this was a short show. I don't know. Maybe I need a co-host. Maybe I'll come up with 5 stories instead of 3. But this was also a test run, I guess, right? So I guess good job. Go me. Jim Tuner says, years ago there was the Monkey Man of New Delhi in India. That hysteria was created by too much heat in the city as well. I think there could be something to that. Things, right, are easily driven to the brink. You ever hear the stories of them making Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Marilyn Burns, I think that was her name, right, as Sally Hardesty, whenever she would actually break down in hysterics and snap, that was real. It was so hot over there, everyone was just going nuts, and sometimes they'd get a little carried away as well. There's a book by Gunnar Hansen. That was pretty good. I haven't finished it, but talking about the making of Texas Chainsaw, and he goes into a lot of that stuff. So a lot of great background there. Gwaltzilla, good to see you, my guy. I'm almost done here rambling on a short test live stream, Junior here. But I guess there's only one thing left here before we call it, I guess. It's a good show. This has been a great attempt. Texas Chainsaw did not happen with monkeys. You'd think somewhere, though. I mean, you hear weird stories about things that are going on in Thailand or Cambodia. You know, there's a place in Cambodia where you can, and I don't know if this is still around. This is something I heard years ago, but you could go there and however much money, you can pick a weapon and shoot a cow with it. And I think the most expensive one, I think I was told $500, was to shoot a grenade launcher or a rocket launcher at a cow. And my main thing was wondering if you could eat it afterwards, if the jerky was viable. I'm not really much into, I'm not that great with numbers, so I don't know if it would heat up enough to where the cow's meat was cooked after an explosion. I don't know. But that's what I would wonder. You can't just let a perfectly good cow go to waste, especially if you just paid $500 for the opportunity to shoot him, you know, with a rocket launcher. Oh, it's okay, Gwalt. Just doing a little test stream. But you also hear the weird things that happen in Thailand. I don't need to tell you guys about ping pong shows. I had friends who've seen that stuff firsthand. That's all real. You can go to Thailand and see shows where women will put stuff in precarious places. I think I heard something about like razor blades even going up there and then they just spit them out. I don't know. That country's terrifying to me. As a Guaylo American, that's absolutely terrifying. But the beginning of the show, I said I had real ghost footage. And we're gonna play that ghost footage now of an actual haunting. And I'm expecting people to weigh in. People are skeptical, that's fine, but I think you're all gonna be very surprised. Oh my God. Oh my God. It just... Incredible potential proof of the afterlife. If ghosts are real, if that footage is real, then what does that mean for us? What happens when we die? Could it be that we seem to stay in our prior place of residence, roaming hallways and staring angrily from the dark? Gwaltzilla brings up an interesting point about something that he had seen. I had mentioned about shooting a rocket at a cow earlier, and Gwalt says, I don't think it would be edible after. I have seen a horse get cut in half by a Corvette once. It's probably just as... Yeah, but the Corvette doesn't explode. It's not a exploding Corvette. It's a regular-ass Corvette. But this has been a test run of my new show, I guess. I don't know how often I'm doing this. If you guys like it, tell me, and it'll make me want to do it more often. And if you don't, then that's fine, and I'll do it way less than never. So this has been cool. This has been a great test run. I want to thank you guys for showing up. The fact that anybody's here is very, very incredible to me. Thank you guys so much. And until next time, I suppose.
The first European to step foot on Lizard Island was Captain James Cook. He'd come ashore with his crew to climb the island's highest point in hopes of spotting a passage out of the shallow waters of the Great Barrier. Escape of a different sort. First off, let's go fishing.
We all know what marlin fishing looks like from above the water, the boats, the tackle, and finally, the strike. But have you ever wondered what goes on below the water?
But we didn't spend all our time exploring